Three main mistakes that African women over 40 are doing, and which is damaging completely their health, their well-being. Please take note of these mistakes to help the women around you. It's exclusively on Nutrition TV. Good morning, guys. I'm Josie-K, your tropical nutrition expert with 12 years of experiences and the nutrition best-selling author of 10 books that I will humbly encourage you to get on Amazon or to our representative if you're looking forward going deeper in all those thematics. So today I want to encourage you to really listen to this video until the end, because from the content you're gonna help in a better way your mother, your sister, your aunt, your colleagues, or even helping yourself. I mean, if you're surrounded of women, this video is for you. Please listen and bring this vector of the good information. So the three mistakes are what I was able to gather, and you're going to understand deeper as far as we will go on each of those mistakes, so that you understand why they are really a problem for the women, for the African women over 40. So the number one mistake is that a lot of African women are not aware, they are not well informed on the changes, on the transformation that their body or their whole system is gonna go through when they will be over 40 or 45 years old. Let me explain. So you have to understand that if you're a woman, when you come close to 40 years old, you have to understand that every time that you are over 40 or between 45 to 55, your body is going to go through a lot of transformation. And one of the main of them is that you are not going to produce the feminine hormone as when you were age of 20, as when you were 20 years old, or as when you were 25 years old. So there is going to be a progressive decrease on the production of the feminine hormone, the estrogen and the progesterone. And because there's going to be this progressive decreasing in the hormone production, you're going to experience a lot of physiological changes, like the hot flashes, overweightness, bigger and bigger belly, and also the extreme or the night swelling and back or joints pain. And altogether, all those symptoms are like a Molotov cocktail that are really gonna affect a lot of women. And you have to be aware, you have to know exactly what are the different signs, what are the different changes that your body is gonna experience, in order for you to be prepared physiologically and psychologically. Because what happened to me many times is that a lot of women who came to me wasn't aware at all about the menopause symptoms. It was just like they hear about in distance, but they wasn't really aware about the clear signs, about the clear symptoms, and they were tending to assimilate or to assume that those little problems they have, it's like a particular or a specific disease. So please, my dear, if you're close to 40 years old, or if you're already in 40 or over, I want you, to find a way to be informed about what happened in the woman's physiology when she's over 40, and to be prepared, as I said. And if you don't know how, I really want to encourage you to get this book, which is speaking deeply about the signs of the menopause, about the transformation you will pass through. And this is also going to show you in a very clear way the category of food that you have to implement, that you have to integrate in your eating habits, and the other category of food you really have to pay attention, because they might increase the bad symptoms you are already experiencing. So please, my dear, So the first mistake is that a lot of African women are not informed, are not prepared enough to this other stage of their life. The second mistake is that because they are not informed and because they are not aware about the changes that happen in their body, they tend to carry with them the eating habits they have when they were 20 years old, when they were 18 years old, to their 40 or 50 years old. And this is the biggest mistake ever. So one of the signs that happen to women over 40 is what we call the decreasing, of the metabolism. So simply said, when you are over 40, your body is not in need of fuel. Your body calorie intake is not the same as when you were 20 years old, and you have to adjust your daily calorie intake in order for you to not to face the overweightness, or in order for you to bring to your body the exact calorie intake it needs to function correctly. And what I was able to observe is that the same food, the same quantity, the same structure of the meal that the women were eating when she was 20, when she was 25, 5 years old, she's still doing the same at 40 or 50 years old, and she wonders why she's just putting on weight. And they wonder why they are still putting on weight regardless their efforts. So you have to understand that at 25 years old, you were in the growth phase. And after and over 30, 35, you are not growing anymore. You are like in a stable phase where your body don't have any specific or any extra need. And over 35, 40, you are like getting older. And getting older doesn't only mean physically. It also means that your organ, your cells are getting older, and they need less calorie than before. So you cannot just carry the same amount of fufu, the same amount of gari you were eating at your 20 to your 50. It's not possible. You cannot afford the luxury to have the same 3 meals, the same snacks in your 40, the same than when you were 20 years old. It's not possible. So you have to understand that there should be a deep transition. There should be a big shift in your eating habits in terms of quantity and in terms of quality when you go over 40 years old. Otherwise, you are just going to put on weight. You will feel more and more pain in your joints, in your back. You will have difficulty to sleep. You will feel extremely heavy. And this overweightness is just going to be the open doors to diabetes, to hypertension, to hypercholesterolemia, and so on. So please take note that you cannot afford the luxury of eating the same quantity and the same category of food the same like you were doing 30 or 40 years ago. There should be a transition, and this is really an emergency case. I want you guys please to share this video again in the groups, in the association groups where there are women, in order for them to be aware and to have the right strategy or to do things well. And again, if you are asking yourself, where can you get this information which are adapted to African women, I want to encourage you to get this book again, which has all the information about the category of food and about how to behave when you're over 40 years old already. You will find it in Amazon and to our representative. And the third mistake women over 40 tends to do is that nevertheless, because of this lack of information, they neglect completely, these 3 main categories of food that they should implement in their daily routine. And those 3 categories of food are needed in a higher quantity or in a higher amount than when they were younger. The first one is the calcium. So do you know that a woman over 40 needs more calcium than a breastfeeding or a pregnant woman? The normal daily intake of calcium for a woman over 40 should be 1,200 milligrams per day. but how many amongst our sister, amongst our mother, amongst the women around us are really paying attention to these details? And the reason is simple. Women over 40 or 45 are gonna experience what we call osteoporosis. It is a phenomenon through which your bones just get very fragile, and to prevent this, you have to have a daily consumption of 1,200 milligrams of calcium on a daily basis. And the second category of food they have to implement is the consumption of the vitamin D, which is extremely important because this is gonna help the calcium, to fix on the bones in order to make it more stronger. So it happened already that I see a lot of women which are taking a lot of calcium supplements, but they are still wondering why they have the pain on their joints and they feel so much pain. This was only because they wasn't including the vitamin D to their routine, because if you take a lot of calcium without vitamin D, you cannot have stronger bones. So you always have to make sure that you increase your daily intake of calcium, you also increase your daily intake of vitamin D. So please take note, this is going to help you to prevent the osteoporosis and all the side effects linked to it. And the third category is the omega-3, because this is going to help you to protect and to strengthen your cardiovascular system, since a lot of women also over 40 are experiencing more and more palpitation or more irregular heartbeats. So omega-3 have to be also in your daily routine, and also because it's going to help you to prevent or to bring down the level and the intensity of hot flashes and night sweating. So here was the 3 mistake gathers that I really want you to take note. I want to say it again. Number 1, the lack of information about the changes that happen in the woman's physiology over 40. The number 2 is that there is no transition in their eating habits. And the number 3, they are not aware of the main category of nutrients that should be added in their daily routine. So I hope that this information will definitely make a difference in your eating habits. And if you're looking forward to cut down, please take this book, because you will find inside 6 weeks of African meals that are going to guarantee you that you will lose 5 to 10 kilograms. If you're looking forward a flatter belly only, please take those 2 books. They are going to also help you with some typical meal plan in a very detailed way. So thank you for watching this video. Do not forget the Kid Detox Bio by Josie-K. This is a wonderful combination which are going to help you clean your body, clean your liver, clean your kidney, and remove all the toxins. And aside, it's going to increase your metabolism and help you flatten your stomach and lose weight. You will have your first result within 5 days only. Completely non-laxative. Please give a try and I will be happy to hear your feedback. Do not forget also to get the whole collection of books. Thank you for watching this video, and let us see next time for another incredible content. It was Josie-K, your tropical nutrition expert. Thank you again. See you soon. Bye.